What about you, Dominique? How do you?
Oh, that's okay. I want to.
I just see you over there just soaking up in the moment.
No. Okay, so this is gonna go too far. I'm not trying to get religious, but my grandmother actually wanted me to get baptized.
Okay.
And she basically, for her reason for this was like, she said I tried success on my own. Mm-hmm. And so I've been learning how to like read the Bible and all this stuff, right? And it's so new. When I had
so this is current.
This is current what I'm doing right now. So I had I had my own ways of going to God. Okay. Like I would pray, I would just play gospel music, and I wouldn't do people how people did me. You feel me? Like that's how I felt. That's facts. Like I just treat people how they want to be treated. And so I was going through the study or whatever. I never met these ladies or nothing. And they were like, well, sins. I'm like, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. Yeah, okay. Didn't do that to the degree. But they kept wanting to go in depth with like the love life, right? And I was like, it was pissing. Like I went to my grandma pissed off. Like, this is pissing me off.
What do you mean?
They was like, they wanted to know like why you did what you did.
What is
my sex life? Like why did
you have a kid out of wedlock?
Not that so much, but like
because I'm not trying to get in your business. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
So they was like, why did I have
premarital sex?
Premarital sex or the previous partners or whatever. What made that happen? Okay. And I'm just like, first of all, I don't fucking know y'all. Like I can't tell this to my grandma, but I don't fucking know y'all. And if anything, I've had a relationship of some sort with you, or we are like this. We're cool, cordial, and it makes sense. Right. It's a safe place. Right. Y'all going by a number of years, y'all been playing Bible, but I really move fair and I really help somebody that need help. Right. Y'all wouldn't, because y'all practicing the religious versus spiritual. So it's like, grandma, this is pissing me off. Right. I'm about to like cut ties. Like that's been my battle since like yesterday. And she's like, you still mad about it? I'm like, yeah, because I don't play fake.
Right.
You did what you had to do. You feel me? If someone wanted to study this with me, it's like, you did what you had to do. You didn't know no better. Right. Now, if you walk this walk and do it again, okay, then that's between you and your mind. And what makes you go down that path? What drifts you off from basically good to bad? That's fucking human. That's human. So it's like
even what you said is even if it happened multiple times, like we beat ourselves up so much for making mistakes and not understanding that's the best way to learn.
Not even that. I told myself I'm not taking on no one's insecurities, fears, past. It's not relatable, babe. Yeah, and when it ain't relatable, I just listen.
And that's kind of a segue into I hate but no, what you said as far as like letting other people's fear, insecurities and stuff deter you. That's been something that I'm a big universe guy, and I think everything happens for a reason. And for some reason, I've been hearing this talked about a lot, what you're saying, for some reason lately. And what I mean by that is I went through a situation where I felt like there were so many people around me. This is when I was getting stuff, what I'm doing now, situated. There were so many people around me that was kind of trying to talk me out of it, it seemed like. But then I realized, like, I kept pushing it off. I'm like, all right, yeah, like, whatever. But then you realize, like, I don't want to be programmed, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to purposely go against the grain.
Yes.
So I don't expect you to understand what I'm doing.
Thank you.
I don't expect you to understand why I'm taking my money and investing it in myself. I'm not going to buy jewelry and clothes and shoes. Yeah. I'm going to buy. So it's not like I'm wasting my money. I know I have a daughter coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I feel you. Yeah.
But I want to talk about that a little bit. Like I feel like there's so much more, and you talked about this before. So there's so much more to life than what we offer. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
How do you guys? What ways do you think, if you have any?
Unnormalized traditions. I let's say when I was coming up, it was you go to school, you get good grades. So I went to school, got good grades. Then I started asking for stuff like Jordans every time they came out or something, and I kept hearing no. Oh hell no, I'm going to get a job. I used my resources. I went to YEP, learned how to get a job. Once I did that,
how old were you when you started working?
14.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when my son got 3 years old, I was tired of this. I'm tired of that shit. I want to be my own woman. And I feel you. My family was like, "Why do you do this? Why do you do that? You invested in this, you invested in that." In entrepreneurship, you're creating your own income. You don't know what I'm gonna do. Yes, it says 7 incomes, but hell, I probably didn't try 3 already that just ain't grew up yet. So, working a lot and just seeing how I went into the beauty industry, I was like, I don't want my son to know this. I appreciate men who know how to do this shit. My son's not doing this shit. I'm gonna know how to get money off the phone, or know how to flip money the right way. You gotta try shit. Just because they're scared, you shouldn't be scared. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what happened. Like, it's internalized fear from just back in the day. Back in the day, 50,000 was a lot.
Right.
We need 3 tickets to be okay. Right. And I don't even know if that's gonna last us 10 years, but we need 3 tickets.
Not these days.
Like, it's a house is $500,000. Automatically need to touch $1 million. So that pressure alone, I think about my son's future a lot, and I'm just like, if he want to be a rapper, I always said it, my son is his own dreams. If I bless one more, they own dreams. Mm-hmm. I have to get my shit going now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, period. I don't know what that looks like though. But get shit going. Cook some shit up.
And I'm sorry, Lisa, but just that I agree with that, because again, my thing is about creating opportunity. I feel like I've touched or talked to or had conversations or encountered some of the most intelligent people. And I've lived all in different states. I've been all over the country, outside the country. But some of the most smart and intellectual, creative people I've met are from the Bay Area. I just feel like we don't have those outlets. So when you said earlier about your son wanting to rap and your plans for him, I love that. Like, we should never stop our kids creating.
Right. Once you put that stop sign up, they're gonna hate you. Mm-hmm. And I think growing up, my best friend's mom, she was like, "I'm not your best friend." But you kind of were. She took us to go have fun with the boys. She dropped us off, pick us up. You kind of were our best friend. Like, and I feel that we should be our kids' best friend. Like, if my son say, "Mom, don't be mom, be best friend," and I'm gonna say, "Well, it's cool to lease them, but use insurance. Like, don't bring them to my pool house, not in front of my door, unless it's not gonna be this serious. You know what I mean?" Right. But say real shit. Be honest with your kids.
For sure, I agree.
I didn't have the sex talk. I learned that shit at school.
Right.
And what did you learn at school? How to protect yourself. Right. We didn't know that sex fuck with the mental and all we didn't. Right. So we have to teach educate yourself. You don't have to just go to college. You're wasting money. Yeah. If you want to do it for yourself, go ahead. I'm not pushing no debt before the money.
Right.
Yeah. Sure. I think similar to that, I didn't think I had a choice. Like,
same here.
I always knew, like, when I graduate, I'm going to college.
Facts.
I didn't have no choice. And so my biggest thing for my daughter is like, yeah, you have choices. You have options. You can do whatever you want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And she's a star.
And you will be supported. You know, like, when I was going to college, I'm like, I think I want to major in journalism or some shit. And they're like, you're not going to make any money with that, you know? Yeah. So then I went and majored in psychology, and I'm not making no money with that. So it's like, I'm making money off of
you.
But you have to be, you can't make money with a psychology degree unless you have a master's or a PhD.
Wow.
Because that was something that I was not passionate about. Although I got into grad school, I got into a grad program, I was supposed to go and all the shit. I talked to my advisor, and she gave me the realest advice ever. Mind you, she knew. She helped me get into the grad school. And she's like, you don't want to do this. You don't want to be a counselor. Like, she's like, you help people other ways. And I do. I've always been a helper. Right. Like, I've always been that way. But she's like, you help people other ways. You don't have to be in an office to help people. You want to write, and that's how you're going to help people. Mm-hmm. So that's what you should do. And that's how that's how I started making money. You know what I'm saying? But I still always feel like, well, damn, I'm in all this goddamn debt. I could have been writing from the jump. Like, I could have been
doing what we
doing what I'm doing from the jump. And so that's what I really want to know. Or I really want my daughter to know is like, yeah, you can carve any path that you want, and you will be supported in it.
And then, amen to that. And it's nothing wrong with like, and that's what, to be honest, what drove me to you in the beginning when we first talked on the phone. And it was like, I feel like for most people it would be a red flag. But you said something to me. You were like, not saying like I was hiring you or anything, but you know what I mean. You said, like, you know, I tried, and you even mentioned it today, I've tried so many different things, and it just didn't get to where I wanted to get to yet. But I feel like some people look at that like, oh, she just tries shit, and if it don't work, she moves on.
Yes.
But I look at it as like, no, she's literally trying to figure out what she's passionate about. Because look at me, I went from doing interviews every day to now I'm trying to put together a whole damn TV network.
Nice.
You know what I mean? That's so it's like I almost feel like sometimes I'm not spending time trying to schedule interviews with people because I'm so busy trying to figure out a new intro or something, or working on this show or the other shows that I'm doing. But who gives a fuck?
Right.
It's
bingo. Who cares?
Most importantly, it's your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Like, even the decision to quit my job, just recently. I've been teaching for the last 7 years. And every year I'm like, this is going to be my last year teaching. This is going to be my last year teaching. And then finally, I'm just like, and really, every year I would say that to my boyfriend, like, well, when are you going to quit? When are you going to make a plan? When are you going to do it? You say you really want to do this. When are you going to do it? And I'm like, well, shit, I need a check. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I was so motivated by getting the motherfucking
Uncle
check
Ed?
that it's like, I'm missing the bigger picture, though. You know, like, I can be getting way bigger checks doing shit that I love to do.
Yes.
You know, not saying I don't love teaching, because I do love, again, like, I'm a helper. I love my kids, but it's the education system that I don't jive with.
But even with that, though, it when it comes down to it, because me and you've talked, obviously, about a bunch of our ideas and stuff that we do together, and that's why it was like, okay, how can, because we both have these dreams. Like, man, we talk about it all the time. Like, I can't wait to quit this job. I can't wait to quit this job either, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. And we both have the same problems. Like, sometimes we just be over it. It's like, fuck it. We get content, you know, and we do need our jobs to pay our bills and survive. So it's not like we just out here sitting on hella money working, wasting our time. It's like we have to survive with this livelihood. We don't have the luxury of free time or resources to just go full-fledged in our dreams and aspirations like some people do. You know what I mean?
Even since quitting my job, I've literally had to explain to my friends, like, no, I'm still putting my phone on Do Not Disturb from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. because I'm not unemployed, I'm self-employed. Exactly. You know, I still got money to make. Like, I have other things that I'm doing because I'm making money. Like, I'm not just sitting at home waiting on a motherfucker to call me and ask me to do some shit. Like,
No, that's good, though. And that's what sets people apart. And everybody thinks that entrepreneurship is easy. No. Obviously, it's a big step that I've taken recently. And this shit ain't easy. It's literally countless hours of making sure you're doing shit the right way and learning and trying to give that game. Because me and her is like, and part of me of why I did this, and I've never even told her this, but I felt like we both had some of the same problems, like I said, as far as just putting shit off. Like, we come up with a great ass idea together, and we talk about it with each other, plan it, and then we don't come through with it. Like I said, she came to me back in like 2015 when she first. I don't know if she was just writing her films or something, but she was like, "Let's do a movie on you," and I was like. That's how this whole podcast came about. That's why I was like, whenever I do get situated, I'm doing everything with her. I do everything I do as far as my business. That's my go-to right there. As far as like my canvas, where I just send her shit, like, what do you think about this? She'll tell you. I literally text her sometimes at 4 a.m, whether it's like an idea, whether it's a fucking long ass message, like we boyfriend and girlfriend, and I'm arguing, and it's just literally a commercial written from word for word, or if it's a video that she didn't even know I was working on, or if it was something like the cleaning company, she didn't know I was working on that, but I sent it to her before I made the website public. You see what I'm saying? But I did all of this to say, you know what, for 2021, me and you are gonna focus on what we're good at, what everybody around us, because I usually would tell her, can you make this website for me? And this time she was like, just try it. And if you need help, I'll help you. And I tried it, and I did okay. My first time ever. But that's what we do for each other, and that's what we need to be for other people. And, you know, and like yourself, like, I want you to use us as well as, you know. We show you, like, this is how we do, this is what we do. Like, I told her a few weeks ago, I was like, look, I just start giving myself deadlines. You know,
lifelines. I think
I'm gonna make sure this episode is edited by a day, and I'm gonna stick to that. Hold yourself accountable.
Yes.
And like she said, put your phone on Do Not Disturb from 8 to 3. You know, just because I don't go clock in don't mean I don't have work to do.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was telling you, in any way we could help.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Whether it's ideas of putting shit together, because there are times where we push it together and we're like, nah, that ain't going.
This is really my notebook.
That's good though.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, you see, I got 2 of them
in my purse.
That's my notebook. You know. I want to add to that though. Learn skill sets. Nobody could take that from you. You knowing how to build a house or flip a house in real estate, repair credit. Invest in the stock market, but everything takes time. And I think when you're being told a new thing, you're looking for the meal right away. No, look for the 5 going into 10.
But that's good that you're cautious though. Don't just jump into everything.
No, don't.
Because just like you have people with great ideas, everybody thinks their ideas are great. First of all, and I had to learn that because sometimes I would come up with ideas and I would tell people. That's why I only talk to her and like 3 other people. Because I would talk to everybody and their reaction wouldn't be what I wanted, and I'd be
not
like,
on that level.
Hold on, bro. You got me fucked up. That was a good ass idea.
Did you hear what I just said? Should I repeat it?
Hold on, maybe you didn't understand what I meant.
Thank you. Like, I met a lady in a nail shop that was in a backyard in Antioch. she has her own recovery home for surgery.
Oh wow.
You feel me? Like it's money to be made. Like
it really is.
And I think like what you said, like in the beginning, I think a lot of people stumble on doing their own thing because they feel like they owe so many people. Like as soon as I get this big check, I owe Frank. I know this one. I got this one. I owe so many people. It's like no. Get you for you. That's your legacy you building. Start that shit. Yeah. If them people wasn't, if they were looking for payback, them wasn't your people to be fucking with. Like do your shit.
And even something I was thinking about talking about earlier is I feel like whenever I'm working with somebody, because like I had a meeting earlier today with a friend of mine who I got this idea for him, and whenever I'm talking to somebody who's looking to expand their, push something or do whatever, I just always tell them like you have to focus on making yourself the prize.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like don't focus on the clothing line. Don't focus on the podcast. Don't focus on the hair. What sets you apart?
Yes.
What makes your clothes? People don't buy things, they buy people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? People don't support things, they support people. That's why if you see I can write.
Okay, entrepreneur. No,
I can write. I do a lot of studying though.
That's I love that.
I have to get this.
Of course. I feel you.
You know what I mean? But
now or never.
But
COVID.
Real shit though, like people don't buy things, they buy the person. That's why I can tweet something out and then if a celebrity tweets it, obviously more people see it. But then if you see it, whether you don't follow either one of us, depending on the name of the person that says it, you'll be more inclined to retweet or like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a real thing because I catch myself doing it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who said it? You know what I mean? But what it comes down to it is, man, you just have to figure out like, okay, when people ask me like, well, what do you do? Shit, I'm being me.
Yes.
Whatever I feel like at that time. I'm never gonna box myself in.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm never gonna box myself into I'm an executive producer, I'm a video editor, I'm an audio engineer, I'm a podcaster,
I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I'm Justin. Whatever the fuck I feel like doing at that moment, that's what I am.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I can learn how to do just about anything.
Yes, you can. Yes, you
that's
can.
one thing that I know for a fact.
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna learn that shit. If I gotta do it on YouTube, if I gotta learn it from a book, if I gotta do it, you feel me? If I gotta learn trial by fire, like I'm gonna learn how to do that motherfucker. Like I can be anything I would like to be. Like you know what I'm saying?
Lisa said earlier, when the beauty of it is you get to do it however the fuck you want because it's your shit, and nobody can really tell you nothing.
Yeah, be honest with yourself. How you trying to live?
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck how everybody else living. How you? Next pandemic, I have a chef, a maid, a nanny, all that shit. Because this was a lot to just be on an order with no real answers. Like, hello.
But again, I keep saying the beauty of it is the hardest part is starting.
That's and I think a lot of people don't know where to start. Like I never started my nonprofit. That was the first time I ever tried to start anything, right? But also, I never really knew how many people would value a lot of people come to me for my opinion on business and stuff, and I'm like, oh damn, well, I presented myself as this business savvy person? Like I think I am, but I didn't know other people thought I was. Right. But it's just like I think that's the good thing about the pandemic though too. Like a lot of people have had to sit down and try to figure it out. Like I do get DMs from people like, what would be the best way to go about this? Or I'm trying to do this. What would be the best way to do this? You know? But for the most part, I'm just leading them to find the information themselves. Like, hey, this is what I looked up. This is what I seen. I think you should try these things and see. Like, let me know how it go. And then it's so many people who didn't came to me for business advice, and then I see them starting their business just in the pandemic, and they're like, yeah, it was time. Us getting that time to just sit down and create, and it's like it's hella uncertain. Like a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people was getting EDD, whatever, but a lot of people didn't know where their next check was coming from. So we had to figure this shit out.
And that's even crazy you say that because the studio I used to use, I lost it because of the pandemic. The one I used to rent out. So I planned on doing this, but I kind of had to put it in fast forward, which is a blessing because I probably would still be renting out that studio.
Right.
If I didn't. So the pandemic kind of the fear of what we don't know what tomorrow brings kind of put you into like
start now.
And I'm grateful for it. And I hate when people say, "Oh, pandemic been good to me," or 2020 was good to me, because I feel like that's hella selfish. And I'm not saying you're wrong for saying it. I just don't want to, I don't want to be that guy. I feel like what it did for me was it did kick me into overdrive, and then that became habitual for me. To the point to where now I'm still in overdrive, and I'm not even. It's not because of the pandemic anymore. Now I'm just used to being. I'm used to doing and looking up technology and shit, because everything I do is self-taught. You know what I mean? So that's the beauty of it, man. So yeah, this was a dope conversation today. I liked it. I like how we do the funny shit, then we get serious.
Well, to go back to your original question, how can we use this platform to help? That's how I think us sharing our experiences, us sharing ourselves, us sharing the knowledge that we do have, it's like it's paying it forward. Like, in a way, like, we having fun, we doing this shit, and I think also it'll show people like, oh, like, because we regular fucking people. We ain't no goddamn, we not no influencers, but.
Well, I am. Speak for yourself. I'm a mogul. I'm a mogul.
My guy. we ain't no influencers. So
we are,
but we are.
No, I'm just talking shit. I know what you mean.
Outside of our little bubble here. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Well, like he said, fuck all that. If you want to make money, make money. Right. Google, how do I become rich? Sometimes I would be like, I would interrupt people's day because I was a security guard. Look, that's really my hustle, because I'm trying to get a meal. I don't care to do real shit at work. So I'm like, what do you do? The average blue collar is one job and an investment in hella residential properties. We just got to figure out how to get the money and do the right thing with it. You got to have your season of no stunting. And it sounds boring.
That's why they need to let me stumble across some of this damn money.
Period.
That $900 billion bill that just got.
Don't need the money.
And I don't even need that much. You give me $50,000 and we all.
No. You're being too generous.
They
said they print out $900 billion for a new project. What new project?
Wait, who said that?
On the news last week.
Oh, I don't watch that depressing.
First
shit.
of all,
it is depressing, but I just catch it when they talk about money. But $900 billion?
Yeah, that's crazy.
First of all, cancel my student loans.
Facts that. Facts that.
Cancel my student loans.
And I don't have that much, but
really change
I'm never
the
paying.
If
I
it's
think
under
they would.
25, they should be doing that for COVID.
I'm not under 20. It's not under 20.
Yeah, use all your resources.
I'm not paying that shit no matter how much it is.
I'm not paying. Listen, the only way, if y'all listening, IRS, because y'all took my taxes last year.
Ooh.
The only way you're gonna get this money? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm not. But listen. If you're listening, y'all can have this degree back, Sally Mae, because I ain't using it.
Yeah, for real. Speaking of degrees, when I first got to college, I wanted to go to school for architectural engineering.
Nice.
And they wouldn't let me because it's too hard to play sports and.
That happens a lot though to athletes.
Yeah, I was hurt.
Oh,
wow. What? You used to talk to an athlete that wanted to do that?
No, sir. I've talked to a lot of athletes.
Clearly,
I used to go on a rant about athletes. Remember when we first started going to college because y'all niggas was getting all the scholarships, and I'm like, I've been busting my ass. I got scholarships, but I had to get.
Hold on, before you finish. This is a conversation we can have now, but I don't know if you have the time to have this conversation because this is a dope conversation. That what you're talking about right now. If you want to have this conversation, we can have it, or we can parking lot it till next week.
We can park a lot.
Okay, because I don't want you to kind of go in on this because I'm gonna respond.
She's there though. Let her finish.
I'm gonna respond though.
It's respond.
No, because this is a real big deal. I was just talking about this last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I used to get in real, like I had a big ass debate with a regular student in class before about about her gripes, about how they feel athletes get privilege, you know what I mean, or get whatever special treatment, whatever it is. And I feel a certain way about that being an athlete in college. And so it's just something I'm hella passionate about. So I know if she starts it, go ahead and finish your point though. We'll talk about it.
No, because I'm gonna go. I feel like you feel the way that you feel because you have always been a student athlete. You get what I'm saying? You came up in AAU programs who prioritize student before athlete.
Shout out to Big Mill.
A lot of y'all, a lot of your counterparts ain't like that. You know what I'm saying?
I had dudes on my college team that couldn't read.
Big fast dummies, okay? And they're getting all the money. They get money. Wow. And I, like I said, busted. You know, I worked hard in high school, like AP, HP, all the shit. I should have had full ride to a HBCU.
But don't you think it's fair if they're bringing in revenue to the school? We can't get paid as student athletes.
I went to Dillard University. Our basketball team sucked, so wasn't no revenue happening.
But for some of these young men, though, this is the only way they can get into college.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I appreciate that.
Having a son, I don't like that. That's not his only way out the hood.
College is bullshit. College is a scam. College is one of the biggest scams. You know when I knew college was a scam? I went into an English class, right? First of all, the teacher told me athletes don't pass my class. You shouldn't challenge me like that.
Oh, that's crazy you said that.
And then he tells me, in order to, I'm a freshman in college. He's introducing the syllabus and he says, I don't even think this was an English class, but whatever. He's introducing the syllabus and he says, oh yeah, in order to pass this class, you have to buy this book. So then I see the book and I see the author of the book is himself.
It's him. Bye.
And I'm like,
I had a teacher.
Wait, hold on. So only way I can pass the class is if I buy your book. So y'all really making money? Okay, I get it.
No, damn well, we ain't finna use these books.
And then I read this article in my freshman English class. That's what it was, called "Colleges for Suckers." And there was a quote in there. You should look that article up if you ever have. There was a quote in there that talked about how there are people who graduated from the most prestigious, or is it pristine or prestigious?
Prestigious.
Prestigious universities in the country, but they're outside begging for change. So it's basically saying, like, no matter they spark up this illusion that if you go to college you'll become successful, and that's how we were raised.
And that's how we was raised, yeah.
And that shit is false. That's why I say it's a scam. Now, if you're going to school for something particular,
I went for the money.
So be it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is great
like,
networking.
If it's something that, like, a lot of people, they want to go to school.
Yeah,
like that is their thing. Like, they're good
and don't get me wrong, it's an experience. It was I still have some of my best friends in life to this day from college.
That's what's up.
Me and Mari was just talking about this. Like, going to an HBCU, it was just really nothing like that. And I encourage all my students, or even my little cousin, she's looking at colleges right now, and I'm like, look, I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you that me going to a HBCU, aside from even being on the campus, just all black people or whatever, I have friends that were at other HBCUs. Exactly. So we traveling to see each other. Family. We kicking. It's a big family. You know what I'm saying? I go to school in New Orleans. They in Atlanta. We in Texas. It was just good vibes.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Clark.
Really?
My parents said I was a city girl.
Where'd you end up going?
College of Alameda. Oh, okay. And once I saw that this shit was a joke, because I was told something ridiculous to the business teacher was. Because my process was business management with a minor in interpersonal relationships. So I thought my thought process was, if I knew what people liked and wanted, I knew what to sell. And they was like, oh, that's too much time in a degree. That's almost like a doctor's, like 10 years. I was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. The business teacher said, oh, owning a business is hard. I'm not paying for this shit. Right. So I just started going for the free FAFSA. I would just get new cars every girl. Boo. I would just I got an apartment on FAFSA. Just went for the money. I ain't mad at you. They want us to go to give it to them, so.
Nah, I respect that.
But the answer's in the book. Just buy the book.
Well, man, this was a dope episode. You guys want to say anything before we sign out?
Learn some skill sets. Stop the simpy sad stuff. Get off your butt and learn something new.
Amen.
Like, COVID is really making history. You should too.
Facts that.
Oh, that's deep.
Lisa, anything? Low-key, Lisa?
Yeah, I would say definitely utilize the people around you, like similar to what we doing. Just don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for knowledge, and don't be afraid to go seek it yourself. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to. You ain't have to go to college to figure shit out.
Facts that. A lot of this shit ain't that hard. It ain't as hard as we think it is. But with that being said, this is another episode of These Talks R Taboo. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.